Hey guys, it's Paulu. Welcome back to my channel, and today I want to share some thoughts for those of you who are just getting started with the sp404 Mark II. I'll go over with some key concepts and some basic elements that you might need when you're making beats on the sp404 Mark II. And of course, music has endless possibilities, so I hope that while you're taking in these tips, you can also develop your own flows. And before we begin, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. So the very first tips I want to give you is analyzing your favorite artist. In music, sampling refers to taking portions of an existing recording and incorporating it into a new composition. It's often called a remix or a flip. This technique plays a big role, especially for the music genres such as hip-hop and electronic music. But for me, sampling isn't just for the music. Concepts can be applied to ideas or learning as well. So, in the progress of reaching my goals, I try to guess and study every element worth studying and admire. This in itself as a skill, and with enough practicing, it becomes a powerful part of your toolkit. In my experience, this has always been like something I did subconsciously, but once I realized that it was a skill that can be improved, then I took it to a whole new level. So I like to share with you these beat makers that I really admire. And if you are interested about my work, my artist name is called Polo Lu. You can find me on all music platforms such as Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music. The second important element that you might need when you're making the sample-based music is your sample. It's crucial to know where you can find more samples and figure out the methods that might suit your personal taste. The most traditional form of sampling involves taking fragments from already existing records and incorporating them into your own work. These sources include like physical and digital. And physical samples including like vinyls, CDs, cassette tapes. While the sampling source might be like more expensive, or it might take time to dig and find. Like in our country, in Taiwan, there's actually only few vinyl stores that existing. So if I want to dig some records, that will be difficult. But in this way, you have much higher chance to find good stuff. Those who really care about the sound quality also recommend that you can dig in the physical. You can obtain some really good texture as well. And the second one is digital sources, which I use a lot. They included like YouTube, Spotify, Bandcamp, SoundCloud. The advantage of the digital sources, which is it's very convenient and you can save a lot of time, allowing you quickly browse through a large amount of music. However, the sound quality is not surprised that the digital sources might not be good as physical records. So these are the sources, and now I would love to share my tips about going deeper when you're digging. When you find a great albums, maybe you can exploring more music from that artist, maybe like different albums, similar artists, or even the record label to discover more sources. I use a lot of these tips when I struggling finding samples. I just try to keep exploring and branching out more samples. This makes me feel like more possibilities, and I often end up finding good samples during the process. And the second tip is when you find the samples that doesn't feel right, whether during digging or creating, it's helpful to get into the habit about letting it go and moving on to next one, or even the one after that. Next, I want to talk about drums. You can get drum sounds by using sample packs or finding your own sample. Both of them are the methods I use a lot. The benefit of the sample packs is like you can quickly access the clean drum sound, which can save a lot of your creating time. And I'm also considering about creating my own sample packs. So feel free to leave a comment below if you are interested. And the second way of getting the drum sound is chopping from the drum breaks. When I'm using this technique, I try to manipulate my own drum sounds either by layering the drum sounds or pitch the drum sounds differently. For me, this helps to getting the unique drum sounds that is less likely to be similar to others. So those are the elements that I think they are crucial when you're making beats on the sp404 Mark II. And let's make a quick beats on the sp404 Mark II. Thanks for watching the videos of today, and I wish this helps when you're creating music and beats. And yeah, see you next time, and don't forget to subscribe my channel.